So, a useful tool is about resizing, but just resizing the whole map. I play deathmatch or with a translocator and or sniping maps, which are really quite big. But a lot of maps that are previously made by other makers are too small because the doorways and everything else are too small. So there is an easy way of resizing everything. So if I just quickly open a map, we all know ranking. So let's resize this map. I can see all these volumes and everything else, so whatever. But one of my pet hates here is if we're going to modify a map, then let's also fix a map. So I do hate this as a zone portal. As you can see, it's just a zone portal. So let's fix this straight away with what it was meant to be. So if I open up textures and go to WM textures, if I select all of these textures, matching, no, not matching items, matching texture, then they all light up, and replace it with a zone portal. Just makes me happy. Anywho, so let me show you what the real size of a real player is. And if I go into actor classes, pawn, Unreal pawn, X pawn monster, a warlord is basically the same size as a human, without the wings, obviously. But a normal character is about 96 UT units high. So this is about the size. So if I'm flying through with a translocator and everything else, these doorways are quite small. And or if you happen to have a map made by somebody else, wherever, it doesn't matter, and every doorway is small, or somebody has converted a UT99 map into Unreal 2004, the conversion rate, Unreal 99 character maps were smaller than these maps. Not by much, but enough to notice. So anyway, I just want to make this map slightly bigger. There's nothing wrong with this map, I'm just using it as an example, so don't get your knickers in a twist. So I'm just showing you how to make the whole map bigger. So if I create a box, I can use the measuring stick by using my shift button and pressing down my middle mouse button, and the measuring stick says it's 9,837. So if I just create a box in that direction, which if I just said 10,000 to encompass it all, and that way is 5,900. So if I made it 6,000, and if I use one of these facets, then it's generally 3,500. So who cares? 3,600. Create the box. Make sure it's all within it. You can see there's a skybox over here, and we're not touching a skybox, we're just encompassing the main box. So there's a button down here which says select all inside. If I select all inside, then every brush, every static mesh, everything, all the lighting, everything else included, if I go up to the tools button and do scale map, you can see from here that map scaling, I'm going to be ridiculous and just say let's make it so I can translocate all over the place, so let's make it 1.5. I don't want to adjust the lights because on Unreal adjusting lights isn't quite what you think. Adjust sprites. Well, sprites are emitters, but they're the old emitters and not the new emitters, so I'm afraid we're going to have to go through every single emitter. But these are the important things: scale, locations, and the collision. That's the important things. Otherwise they all really get messed up. So let's just do it. So now we've done it, it looks a complete mess. And if we actually look at the size now, the size now 1.5 is now 14,000 instead of our 10,000, which is right, it's times 1.5. But obviously everything's messed up, we can't see it properly, so we need to just build the geometry. I'm not going to build all, but I'm just going to build the geometry to get back to our spot in the first place, which is just here. You can see everything's still selected. If I just click on so here we are. So I think I've still got my warlord selected, so let's post my warlord here. You can see the doorway has got obviously 1.5 times bigger, so that is much better for my kind of game type, or sniping game type. But it's not the point. The point is scaling the whole map in proportion. The only other things you've got to do or realize is that in scaling the whole map, it doesn't scale the pickups, and it doesn't scale movers, and it doesn't scale anti-portals. So in this map, you can see I've got orange bars here. If I take that off, nope, I can't see it from here, so I don't care anyway. But I can tell you for a fact anti-portals do not get rescaled. So I'm going to have to select all anti-portals and delete them. As far as a mover is concerned, here's a mover. If I click on the mover properties, if I go to its first position, you can see it's not quite reached it. So I will need to manually move the mover back up to its first position and set that. So that's done. So set 1, and that's all done. So, and that's all you need to do. So let me also just point out, if I did do build AI paths, it'll show that all the pickup bases are way too big to what they used to be, and so its geometry position will not be right. So here we go, all the health chargers. These are actually the old health chargers, but I actually find it's just easier. Well, number one, I hate it. You know, when deathmatch and everything else, it's got a little triangle, or it's got this, and you always see this. I hate seeing it. It's just awful. So what I propose to do myself is, don't need the pawn, is to change the pickup base. I'll do health charger, for instance. I'll replace the health charger. obviously with the new type, set it in its position, but I don't want to see it. I really hate these static meshes, so I'm going to make it hidden. Weapon base. I don't mind the weapon bases, but you can see it's floating, so that was just what it was. But I'm going to select all weapon bases, and I'm going to make them hidden as well. It's just me, but anyway, you also have to go through the health charges and whatever. You have to go through other stuff, but the whole point is, for very little effort, you've made the whole map a lot bigger. Like I said, even the emitters, that puddle isn't as big as it should be, but whatever. Lighting, torches, those kind of emitters, they don't get rescaled, so you will have to redo it. In actual fact, if I do rebuild lighting, you'll see that it is obviously slightly darker than it was, and in some respects, I don't know, maybe that's better. Maybe it gives an atmospheric existence to the map, or you can just change all the lighting. Personally, I find, I don't actually know, but yeah, okay, so he's got ambient brightness already set at 12, so if I select all zone infos, yeah, all zone infos are set for 12, so his ambience is generally 12, so yeah, so just change the lighting, like these lights, like color 64, but the actual radius is only 24, it's tiny. But if that's meant to be a spotlight, it's fair enough. You can change the ambience. So going on from this, it's not just maps that you can change the size with the select all inside button. If I go and find another map, I'm not going to change those ones. Let's go on to here and maps, and for instance do this map. So here we have a map made by somebody else, and for instance say I want this truck in my map, because the UN license is all run out now, you know, it's all gone 50 whatever years. GNU license, that was it. So anybody can take anybody else's stuff and copy and paste and make their own shit. Nobody has to recreate it all again. But if I took all these as individuals, we would find, and then copied and pasted them into our map, we'd find it's all too big. Well, let's actually just show you that. So well, let's show you the other way. If I go find that, wherever that is, here we are. Yeah, that's us. So if I generally said it's that big, 500 by 13, let's go and find our box. Oh, I've done a silly thing here. Damn it, now where have I gone? Oh, sometimes it's a bugger trying to find your box. There's my box. Okay, so here's my box, and again I do select all inside, and as you can see everything, well apart from that leg, has been selected. Could be annoying, but I don't. Well, I could select those, but let's stop in the smoke. Oh, doesn't matter. Let's copy it all anyway. We're not saving the map. Go back onto me ranking just to show you. Let's go and find our truck. It's in here somewhere. So here's our truck. Apart from all the crap I carried with it, like all the lights and whatever, the point is it's way too big for the map I'm trying to import it to. So again, I know this is wrong because I shouldn't have imported all the path nodes and the emitters and jump spots and everything else. You should have not selected those, but the principle applies that if I go into tools and scale map, you note that I've only got this selected and not the whole map. It is only the objects within that brush box, select box. So if I do the same thing, but this time it's way too big. So this time if I did it, I don't know, let's say 0.6, again not going to adjust the lights, sprites, but it's this, the scale locations and the scale collision is the most important thing. So done that again, and now here is my truck. Like I said, I went and carried all the crap that goes with it, so that's not the point. The point is by selecting all inside and everything. See, it's also rescaled the blocking volume and everything about this truck, and everything is still in proportion. And just to prove that, if I just select one part of it and go into the display, and you can see it's 0.6 by 2.5, but if I select, see all these things, they're different sizes. So if you try to import them all, they would be out of proportion and in the wrong place within the object. But just by selecting all inside, they all get resized. Anyway, hope this tutorial was good, and I'll leave it with you. Cheers.